I guess the first question is, how would you define biblical womanhood? That's a deep question, but
Yeah.
Because I have
Yeah,
no
I mean,
idea.
obviously it's very broad, but I think that it would
yeah.
be using your gifts in a feminine way to glorify God, and using the gifts and the role that God's placed you in to be glorifying Him, and just living contently in your role as a woman, I think is a big part of it too. And not,
Mm.
we see a lot in culture of this buck up against the system, and we want to do everything just like men. But I think when we realize how beautiful of a role God's given both men and women, that it's an exciting thing to be a woman. And it's not like, oh, and you're just a girl, so you get to do these other things and you can't do all the cool stuff.
Yeah, I think, and I agree with everything you said. And to like the last point you said, I think one problem, or like what's happening in culture now, is we're overcorrecting ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think previously, for example, the idea that a woman couldn't have a bank account. Now, our great great grandparents, I'm sure there were arguments pro and against that. But like realistically, in today's age, for example, I'm 26 and I'm not
Yeah.
married. I need a bank account.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I love my parents. I do love my dad, but I can't. Like he can't be in control of me. That's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
So like that is where things are today. And I think that what has happened is we've had some progress, some positive things. I do think it's a positive thing that women can vote. I do think it's positive we can have a bank account. I do think it's positive we can do things by ourselves, but we're overcorrecting. We're trying to be not equal to men anymore. Now it's trying to be like greater than men. And
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that all of that encompasses, and it gets, when it comes to like biblical womanhood, like when we're trying to be a godly woman, it all seeps into that as well. Because you can't, if your belief is that you're greater than men, you can't walk in your biblical womanhood.
And I'll say too, it's like I categorize myself as a feminist, but I'm not and we've talked about this first.
Okay, yeah.
Well, we're not.
No, it's cool.
Like not like a 21st century feminist.
Right.
I am what a feminist is actually supposed to be, of just fighting for equal rights between men and women. Like I just want the right to pursuit of happiness. What is it? Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I mean, I am married. I want to be considered for a job, not because I'm female, but because I'm the most qualified. I want to be paid the same as my male counterparts. I want to be able to get my own apartment, get my own credit cards and stuff like that. And that's what the 1970s feminists did. And other than abortion, but we talked about that too, that the whole point of abortion at the time was so women could work, because if they got pregnant, there was the right to get fired. And I think we have course corrected that to the point where women can work and have a family.
Yeah. And a little to your point though, I was reading in our blog that Steph is writing about the conservative women that don't get the due that they deserve during this month. And it was Susan B. Anthony, as well as, I can't remember the other.
Elizabeth Cady Stanton.
Okay, there you go. And they were both explicitly pro-life. Like they were, like the original feminists were pro-life. So yeah, I just wanted to add that into there. And yeah, I think it's a lot of it's just they're doing too much. I feel like that doesn't sound intelligent for me to say. They're doing too much, but that's just exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah, and I think that is scaring a lot of more typical like middle America people that are just like, yeah, I just want to be paid and not fired because I'm pregnant, and I want, like, that's all I really care about. Where then there's people that are like, yeah, but I want, boys that are, transitioning to girls to be able to play on girl sports teams. Well, like that's